In this step, you will combine knowledge of the problem and its context with input from users and clients regarding the desired features and functions of potential solutions. This knowledge can come from initial discussions with the client, where you clarify the problem and the team assignment. You may also get information about desired features and functions of potential solutions. The design context review arms you with background knowledge, what others have tried, and the impact of your project. At this time, you might also want to talk with users of your potential solution. You could ask them what features are desired, what has failed with the current situation, what features are the most important, or how, when, and why they might use your potential solution. Recall the designer-client-user triangle. Ensure that you have input from the client and the user, but note that at this stage in the process, it is important to focus time on the user. Both the client and the user can inform potential solutions. Taken together, knowledge and discussions of the problem statement, design context review, and user dialogues inform the objectives, constraints, functions, and means for your design problem.
These help you to establish the design criteria and identify the problem space for your design problem. Over the next several slides, we're going to review what the objectives, constraints, functions, and means are. We'll define them and give a short explanation for each. We'll also identify where you can find information which will inform each of them. And finally, we'll give an example which is relevant to the water bottle design problem. Objectives are defined as desired attributes that a client or potential user would like to see in a design. They're expressed as being statements or adjectives. They're often physical features of a desired solution. The client, the users, and the design context review informs the objectives for your project. And some examples of objectives for your water bottle might be that it's durable, lightweight, cheap, or could be described as aesthetically pleasing or attractive. Constraints are defined as strict bounds or conditions that a design must meet to be acceptable. Constraints are restrictions or limitations on a value or characteristic of the design. One important identifier of a constraint is that it's binary. You either meet it or you don't. And so if a constraint is not met, the design will fail. Constraints can relate to laws and regulations, especially with regards to human health and safety, as well as the protection of the environment. You can learn about constraints through research through your design context review. Examples of constraints for your water bottle would be that you can't produce an unsafe water bottle, and that you need to avoid the use of particular chemicals in the manufacturing of that water bottle. Functions are defined as actions that a successful design performs. Functions are expressed as doing or action verbs, but often designs have passive functions. Functions are specified with verb-object constructions, such as unfastens screws or holds coffee. Some functions transform an input into an output, such as converts crude oil to gasoline. Discussions with your client, discussions with your user, and research in the DCR inform your functions. Examples of functions for your water bottle might be that it stores water, maintains temperature, or that it allows you to pour water from its lid. Means are defined as a method used to achieve a design. Means are a way of performing those functions that the design must execute. They're solution-dependent choices for how to implement something in your project. Means are informed by discussions with your client, discussions with your user, and research through the DCR. Examples of means for your water bottle would be that it's made of plastic, or that the markings on the side of the water bottle are in metric or English. Look forward to future videos where we will describe how to convert your objectives, constraints, functions, and means into quantitative design criteria. Now would be a very good time to go back and speak with your client and confirm that you're solving the correct problem.
In summary, we've discussed consolidating knowledge from the client in the form of a clear problem statement, the design context review, which gives you important background and context of your problem, and user dialogues. This information consolidated informs the objectives, constraints, functions, and means for your problem space.